All right, welcome boys and girls. We have April Daily Math, day 10 today. So let's get started with number 1. And we have April showers bring 94 flowers. So we have some daffodils, some pansies, some tulips, and as a total, we have 94. And there's 9 tulips, it says, and 52 pansies. But what we need to know are how many daffodils. So this is kind of like a part whole, okay? So what it's basically saying is if we can combine all 3 of these, it'll equal that, right? So let's look at what we do know. We know this part and this part. So let's combine 52 and 9, okay? And that's going to give us 61, all right? So we have 61, and there's a total of 94. So whatever we have here is going to be 94 minus 61 is going to give us that. Because if we're adding all of these up together, the daffodils, the pansies, and the tulips, if you add up all 3 of those types of flowers, it's going to give us 94 flowers. So let's take 94 minus 61. Okay, so 4 minus 1 is 3, and 9 minus 6 is 3. So now we can add down. 3, 4, 5, and 9 is 14. 1 and 3 is 4, and 5 is 9. And that would also equal 94. Kind of a quick little double check there of our work, right? Okay. Problem number 2. It's asking us what time is on this clock. A little time review today. So I'm going to look first at my hour hand. That's the short red one. Okay. And I see that it is between the 12 and the 1. So I know it's going to be 12 something. So there's number 2. It's going to be 12 something. So then I'm going to have to go through and I'm going to count my minutes. Okay, so I see the blue on here. It says 5, 10, 15, 20. There's 25. And I'm just a pinch past that. I'm 1 dot past that. So there's going to be 25 and 1 more is 26. So it's 12. 26. Excuse me. Okay. Now, for number 3 and number 4, I can't do it technically, but I can measure something else. So I got a card. I found the joker. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the joker to the nearest inch and quarter inch. For 3 and 4, again, this answer is not going to be the same, but we can still see what it shows on here. So, again, the first thing, this side is my inches side, right? And one of the things I need to do and start with is make sure I zero it out. Okay, I got to get it on the 0. I'm not technically using the edge of this because the 0 isn't here. The 0 is way over here. Okay, so I'm going to zero it out first. Okay, so I'm going to get that right on that line. And now I'm going to my nearest quarter inch. So first is my inches. There's 1, 2, it's 3 and 4. Somewhere between 3 and 4. Okay. Nearest. Okay, there's 3 and a half. There's 3 and 1/4, 3 and a half, 3 and 3/4, 4. So it's between 3 and 3 and a half, right? So somewhere between 3 to 3 and a half inches. Now, I'm going to break it down to the next, and it looks like it's between 3 and 1/4. Whoop, make that a little bigger. And 3 and 2/4, or 1/2. Now, when I'm looking at this, it looks, it's almost on the 3.5 inch line. So our answer for this card, anyways, is going to be 3.5 inches is the nearest quarter inch. You could, maybe you wrote down 3 and 2/4. It's kind of the same as 3.5, right? But we would want to get it down to the simplest form there. Now, I'm also going to measure this to the nearest centimeter because on number 4 it asks you to measure that line to the nearest centimeter. Again, these are not going to necessarily be the same numbers because I'm not measuring the butterfly or the caterpillar. A little early on the butterfly there, right? And I'm not measuring the line in the flowers. So let's go ahead and do the centimeter side, okay? And we're going to the nearest centimeter. So again, I'm going to zero it out, right? And to the nearest centimeter, I'm going to put inches over there quick, sorry. Centimeters between 8 and 9. So the nearest centimeter, it's kind of like when we did a rounding, right? 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. There's the 5 mark between 8 and 9. So that's 85 millimeters. But we know that as long as it's anywhere from this halfway mark up to the 9, it's going to be the 9 is the closest, because we're past the halfway point. Meaning, those little tiny lines, the millimeter lines, I've only got a couple to go before I get to 9, but I have a whole bunch to go to get back to the 8. So we're going to round up to 9 centimeters. Okay? And just for fun, because we have a little bit of time here, I'm going to flip it this way too. Woohoo! Let's go this way, and we're going to do, let's do inches again. Okay, again, step 1. That's right, zero it out. Yeah. All right, I got it zeroed out over here. And, oh, look at that. It is, again, almost on the line of 2.5 inches. Okay, so again, we're between 2 and 3. And then we look, we're between 2 and 1/4 and 2 and 2/4, or 2.5. And we're almost on the 2.5 inch line. So we're going to write down 2.5 inches for the sideways card, right? And now, whoosh, flip it around. Let's go on to centimeters. And it looks like we're between 6 and 7 centimeters, right? Oh, this time we're almost on the 6. You can see it. Let me see. Maybe it's a little hard to see there. Let me move that up just a pinch. Can you see that line right there? Boy, it's kind of tricky, isn't it, kids? Good thing we can see through that green. Right here is that line. All right, and if I go to just that, you can see right there where my pencil lead is that it's only a line or two away from 6. So again, the halfway mark and up, we would move up to the 7, but just under the halfway and down, we, 4 or less, let it rest. So we're going down to the 6. 6 centimeters. Okay, hey, look at that. We are on number 5. All right, here we go. There's a couple different ways to do this. It says draw a rectangle on this grid that has an area of 24 square units. So some of you remember I was talking a lot about different ways to get to 24, whether 1 times 24, 24 times 1. We have, I'm going to write it down here too, just so you can see 1 times 24, 24 times 1, 2 times 12, 12 times 2. You have 3 times 8, 8 times 3, 4 times 6, 6 times 4. So any of those rectangle sizes right there would be right on 24. They all equal 24. Okay, they all kind of are combined and mixed together. So I don't have 24 long, so I can't go 24, right? There we go with the bendy pencil. Woo-hoo-hoo! Next, I don't think I have enough boxes to go 12 long either. I probably have enough to do 8 times 3. Let me count. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be 8 right there. Okay. And if I choose my 8 long, how many wide? I would only be able to go 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So if I do 8 long, my area is 24. So that would be one rectangle I could do, right? Just for fun, I want to pop on that 6 times 4 yet, Let's try it down here. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be another way of doing it, right? Here's the first way. 8 times 3. and the other is 6 times 4. Either way, the area on both is 24 square units. Just for fun, perimeter would be 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 3 and 3 is 6, so 16 plus 6 equals 22 would be my perimeter of the 8 by 3. Okay, the perimeter of my 6 times 4, well, 6 plus 6 is 12, right? And 4 plus 4 is 8. 12 plus 8 is 20. So it is the same area in both rectangles, but the perimeter is different, which it can be. Okay, if we did 24 times 1, the perimeter would be really, really large, wouldn't it? Because it would be 24 long by 24 long and 1 and 1. So 24 plus 24 would be 48. And then 1 and 1 is 2, so it would be 50 units for the perimeter. So you can have different sizes, but still get the same area, okay? And the perimeter is going to be different for each one of those, or is on this case. So awesome job, boys and girls, and we will see you tomorrow.